Hello. Welcome to another episode of Fresh Bar Sports Show. I'm Jabbar Harris. I'm your host and the proprietor. On this episode, I just want to tap in about NFL Week 4. Just want to talk about that. Well, currently, what's going on right now? Seahawks 13 up on the New York Giants. New York Giants got 3. Going into halftime, it's going to be a light show today. Just wanted to touch base on some games that took place on the NFL Week. But currently, right now, the Seahawks is up 13-3 on the Giants going into halftime. So I figured, why not do a show during halftime? But please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube page. Let's run up the YouTube page, Fresh Bar Sports Show, the YouTube page. Appreciate everybody subscribing to that. Also, the audio platforms on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Hey, but like I said, we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna dive into some of these NFL games that took place on Thursday night football and Sunday games, and currently right now, and I'll say my feelings about this game once we done with all these other games. I'm upset. Clearly, I'm not in a good mood. My Steelers lost badly yesterday. Another embarrassing performance that we put out there, such as the one that we did on Week 1 against the San Francisco 49ers. We're 2-2 on the season, record-wise. We put up 6 points yesterday. Lost to the Texans. They had 30. Texans are now 2-2. We was favored by 6 points. Supposed to beat them. No, excuse me. Sorry about that. We was favored by 3 points, technically. But the home team always good. They give them 3 points. You just get 3 points, favor your way for being home. So technically, we really a 6-point favor for both of them. Couldn't get the job done. It's embarrassing. Kenny Pickett did not get the job done at all. Offensive coordinator Matt Canada, he has to go. I'm done with him. The stinginess that is going on between offensive coordinator Matt Canada and Kenny Pickett at the quarterback position is rubbing off on my defense. My Super Bowl championship caliber defense is rubbing off on them. Now I'm highly upset. Now it's time to make changes fast in a hurry. Mike Tomlin made claims after the game that there's going to be changes made this week. I appreciate Mike Tomlin, everything that he done for my Steelers organization. And I'm not knocking it. Ain't no shame in it. I appreciate everything that brother have done, been doing, not currently doing, because they ain't getting the job done because you're not making the necessary changes. You know who the two key factors hurting the Steelers team the most? Offensive coordinator Matt Canada and quarterback Kenny Pickett. You can't waste this window with this Super Bowl caliber defense that you got. We got some good skill positions. No, we don't got the best, but they ain't no slouches. They some ballers now. They some players. They have plenty of their moments with the right quarterback, with the right scheming on the offensive side. Steelers could really be doing some things, but that's not going on. So until Mike Tomlin gets rid of Matt Canada and do something with Kenny Pickett, Mike Tomlin, like I said, I appreciate everything you've done for the Steelers, but you're being a part of the problem because you condoning it and you allowing it at that point because you know what's you. Let's not be naive, Mike Tomlin. You know what needs to change, what needs to give, and like I said, you either coaching it or you condoning it. Ain't no bums and stuff. Your Ravens. I can't wait till I get you on the show. And we play y'all next week. Don't worry about it. You know, I gotta get with you. We play y'all next week, and we're gonna be ready to come avenge that loss. Excuse me. Matter of fact, we got y'all this coming Sunday. So yeah, you talk all that talk. Gotta get you on the show so we can address this sometime. But yeah, back to my soliloquy about Mike Tomlin. He needs to get rid of Matt Canada. And or do something with the Kenny Pickett. Those are the two things I'm looking for the changes. If not, by Tomlin, you can go to it. And I appreciate everything you've done too. But we gotta start winning around here. We gotta start winning around here. Ain't no rebuilding. Ain't no window time frame to wait. Ain't none of that. Need to start stringing some wins in a row now. And if nobody wants to be a part of the change, then we'll get you up out of here. You know, so that's where I'm at with it. Like I said, Once I saw the embarrassing, the embarrassing performance that the defense displayed out there, I knew I seen enough from my offense and the cancer that is being spread throughout my defense now of the bad play that's going on with the Steelers, like the virus, it's spreading. Now it's spreading off on my defense. No, come on, man. You know the misery loves company, all that stuff. You're hanging around certain bad company after a while, it's gonna start rubbing off on you. You cannot be tolerating this. Cause I don't know what to really expect this coming Sunday. Another good divisional matchup, but changes need to be made during the weekday. Cause I still ain't hear no breaking news yet. I still ain't hear no breaking news. Like, yeah, I heard that his Kenny Pickett's knee injuries ain't significant. I don't care significant not missing the perfect health, and he got the wealth, but he could be sitting on the sideline. He could be sitting on the sideline for a while. And Matt Canada, you need to be going. Because you doing the same old stuff, the same plays, just switching sides, switching players, what you doing. Had Kenny Pickett throwing a touchdown. Excuse me, I wish it was a touchdown. Having Kenny Pickett throwing an interception, trying to throw it to a little short. I don't know. What is he? 5'5", 5'6", little short. Calvin Austin the third in triple coverage. And meanwhile, Kenny Pickett, you're not like that, throwing the ball like that, but you're trying to throw to a little receiver, but in triple cover. Anybody that knows football, that really knows the game and paying attention to what's going on, anybody know Kenny Pickett don't got no arm like that. People being nice and say that it loses air on the ball, things of that nature. Meaning what they saying is he'll skip past that ball to you. I think it's going to die in the air. It's going to die in the air. Can't go too far. Don't try to go about 50, 55 yards plus. That thing going to start coming down. That's why you're getting on the interceptions. People, the film and tape on him know that we can cut his routes off. We can cut. We can cut the receiver's routes off because once you see Kenny Pickett throw that ball in the air, we know we got a chance to come get it because all we gotta know is get run under the wide receiver and jump the route like that because he's going to be throwing it short. God forbid that Kenny Pickett throws a receiver and leading him with the ball in front of him, catching it in stride on the way to a touchdown. God forbid he do that. So I'm gonna do a show tomorrow. Got some other sports news that got in the sports world that got to tend to. We're going to get to that. That's gonna show dedicated to just news going on in the sports world as a whole. But hopefully I can break some news about some changes going on in the Steelers franchise, and I'm talking offensive coordinator mainly, and what's going on with Kenny Pickett or whatever, what have you. Because people know Kenny Pickett ain't it. All due respect, he ain't it. He a backup. Couldn't even call him a starter. Everybody knows he ain't no franchise. Don't even think he ain't no franchise. Don't even think about it. I wish Steelers might trying to give him any franchise type of thing. But I've seen enough. People know we need to start looking for another quarterback now. Realistically. Steelers, we know that. But we doing what we doing this season. We'll have to deal with that in the off season. How we get to the playoffs. How we give ourselves a chance to get to the playoffs. How do we do it? So that's where I'm at with it. Don't want to keep going on about this because it's been a long day as it is. Clearly, my Sunday was terribly bad. Early. The game started at 1 p.m. My day was bad. About 1:45, it was done for. By 145 was done for. Just Steelers. It got bad early for the Steelers. First quarter, 0 to 10, down 0 to 10, -3 yards passing going into the second quarter. Just things of that nature. It's terrible. Kenny Pickett throwing an interception. Like I said, in triple coverage. And like I said, Steelers playing bad defense. I mean, you see them running the score up on my Steelers defense. As you can see, they got 30. It was just bad, real bad. Kenny Pickett gets hurt with the knee injury in the third quarter on the sack. Mitchell Trubisky comes in, 3 for 5, 18 yards. I'm just saying that was Mitchell Trubisky's contribution to the game after the injury because we was just caving in at that point, realistically. Kenny Pickett's numbers, 15 for 23, 114 yards. Just pitiful. 1 interception. Where the touchdown at? Non-existent. 3 sacks, 26 yards. Excuse me. 2 carries for non-rushing yards. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Najee Harris, 14 carries, 71 rushing yards. 1 reception for 32 yards. Now, rookie. Because we lost to a rookie quarterback now. We lost to a rookie quarterback. We lost to a new head coach. What was it? Coach Joseph. We lost to some young pups in the game. C.J. Stroud, 16 for 30, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 carries, 16 rushing yards. I mean, they were just dancing on us. I mean, they were just dancing on us. I mean, he was hitting us with the move, and they were just dancing on us. Like, I'm like, oh, they West Coasting out there. Like, he what? You see the touchdown? 30 points. I'm saying, oh, man, they celebrating. They hitting us with the dances and doing all that. They having a good old time. And this young kid, this young kid I don't know what he been doing, but he definitely had a breakout game against us to the fullest, to the nth degree. If you ain't know his name before, you know who Nico Collins is now with his 7 receptions, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns on the Steelers. I'm talking about then they was in the end zone, him and C.J. Stroud just dancing on us. I'm talking about they was just dancing on us like that. I said, oh, these young boys is over here just doing it. They having a good time. They ain't worried about the defense at all. Defense wasn't putting no lickings on them, wasn't getting no turnovers on them, wasn't making them pay. Oh my gosh, I just really can't believe how bad the offense is, and then the fact that it's rubbing off on my defense. That's why I'm glad Mike Tomlin understands what's going on, because he knows something has to give. And trust and believe, as soon as that breaking news come across the airways, we're going to comment about it on the Fresh Sports Show. We're definitely going to address that thing immediately. So hopefully we can be talking about that tomorrow. Let's talk about the other games. There was other games that took place this weekend. We can go to the 9:30 a.m. London game. It was beautiful that Pixel did the Toy Story version in concert with Disney of the live version of the game. There was 2 semi-casts of the game. The one with the regular version, and then a legit live version of the Toy Story, like in Annie's room. And the Toy Story world, like, it was beautiful. It was nice. I liked that. It was cool. Also, real quick, on this Monday Night Football game, it's halftime officially. Seahawks is up 14-3 on the Giants. But back to this game, Jaguars took care of business, being out there in London, home away from home. Jaguars 23, 7 the Falcons. Trevor Lawrence, 23 for 30, 207 yards, 1 touchdown, 8 carries, 42 rushing yards. Desmond Ridder, 19 for 31, 191 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and he had 6 rushing yards, 1 lost fumble. Now, one last thing I want to say about the Toy Story display of the game. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Me and my son was watching that version. He actually loves that version better. And yes, he wished there was more options. Basically, he wished all the games was played like that. So hopefully the NFL do that more. Not necessarily, obviously, every game, but maybe every game every week. That was nice, and kids love that. Kids definitely love that. So I think that was a nice just version of that. Obviously, NFL did intend to do that to get the younger audience even more so. Obviously, teenagers and 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds is all in love with it, but they want to get the the kids, the junior kids and stuff like that. Bills 48-20 over the Dolphins. Nobody saw that coming, to be honest. Especially, obviously, given this, Dolphins been on the roll, and Bills been on their roller coaster ride. But Josh Allen, he had his best game of his career. I said, Josh Allen like this, you can go far with Josh Allen like this. You could do things with Josh Allen like this. Josh Allen that go 21 for 25. You heard what I said. 21 for 25, throwing up the ball for 320 yards. Mind you, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 17 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. Counting for 5 touchdowns, doing this thing like that. Okay, well, I say win like that. The IQ is at an all-time high level with Josh Allen when he's doing like this. Obviously, the stats is going to do what it do. Being smart with the ball. No turnovers. Getting the numbers and the stats because automatically you already know. Get the ball to my playmakers' hands. Get the ball to Stephon Diggs having another breakout career game. Stephon Diggs, 6 receptions. 120 yards. 3 touchdowns. And one just, tacklers just weak tackle. Couldn't tackle. Just get up off me. And he just broke the tackles right in there. I mean, he was doing his thing. Route running was impeccable. Getting open easily. Being smart, IQ. Stephon Diggs was balling that game. Tua Tagovailoa, he had 25 for 35, 282 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 4 sacks, 2 carries, 7 rushing yards. Yeah, bad game. Tyreek Hill, quiet, real quiet. 3 receptions, 58 yards, 1 carry for 14 rushing yards. They were trying to do anything to get him going. Running back Raheem Morris, he had a fumble loss for the Dolphins. So you have turnovers and stuff like that. Obviously you turn over from the running back, turnover for the quarterback, and the Bills made it pay. Broncos 31-28 over the Bears. Bears up 28-7 in the third quarter. Let the Broncos come back and just walk them down. Russell Wilson 21 for 28, balling under 223 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 sack, 4 carries, 13 rushing yards, 0 interceptions. He been balling out there. Russell Wilson second in the league in touchdowns with 9, doing his thing with 3 interceptions, real clean. Russell Wilson not being the reason why they losing these games. He's playing good games and he's not hurting them. Justin Fields definitely hurting him. He was balling. One would have said he would had a career game until he just helped the team I would hear what I said. He helped the team fall apart because he definitely wasn't helping it at all. He was hurting them. He was definitely hurting them, so he was helping them fall apart. He was right involved with that. 28 for 35. For 335 yards, 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns throwing. 1 interception. Also, 4 carries, 25 rushing yards, 1 fumble that went for 6 points. DJ Moore, 8 receptions, 131 yards, 1 touchdown. Wide receiver Chase Claypool was a healthy scratch. Obviously, there's some problems going on there with them. He was told to stay home, be away from the team pretty much. So they dealing with that issues. Look for them to be splitting parting ways. Whether they release him, whether they trade him. He's saying they're not using him the right way, and they not obviously. He said that to the media. He usually kept that internal, but he clearly wants to get out of there. I wish he would come back to the Steelers, but not if he ain't gonna be balling out. Or help just being a problem. Nobody wants that. Ravens 28-3 over the Browns. Vikings 21-13 over the Panthers. Kirk Cousins 12 for 19, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks. He was doing everything in his power to give the game away, but overall they still took care of business. Justin Jefferson went off for 6 receptions. He had 85 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bryce Young 25 for 32, 204 yards, 5 sacks, and 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 10 rushing yards. Bucks 26-9 over the Saints. Baker Mayfield 25 for 32, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 sack, 8 carries, 31 rushing yards. Baker Mayfield was balling, doing everything he could do to help the team win. Chris Godwin 8 receptions, 114 yards. Derek Carr 23 for 37, 127 yards, 2 sacks. Alvin Kamara first game back of the season, 11 carries, 51 rushing yards, 13 receptions, 33 yards receiving, and he's going to have the nerve to talk about the team after the game. And this is his first game back. Just you've been here for a while, you're a veteran and stuff like that, but come on now. You wasn't going for injury. You was going because of suspension. Maybe if you would have been behaving yourself, you know what I'm saying, and when it got suspended, you could be here to help contribute to a winning culture. You have some part of the play of not being around. So you should have waited, a couple of weeks, get back around the team a little bit, then to say something. But the first game back, I don't like too much of that. This is a closer game that it should have been, but it's divisional matchups. This how it goes. It's always going to be close. Eagles 34-31, Washington overtime. Jalen Hurts 25 for 51. Yeah, he was slinging that thing around. He wasn't playing his best game, but he still came through. 319 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So you take that every time. 3 sacks, 9 carries, 34 rushing yards. A.J. Brown, 9 receptions, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. He went off. Sam Howell, 29 for 41, 290 yards, 1 touchdown, 6 carries, 40 rushing yards. Titans 27-3 over the Bengals. The Bengals is 1-3. It's getting real bad for them. Ryan Tannehill, 18-25, 240 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 3 sacks, 6 carries, 11 rushing yards. He definitely outplayed Joe Burrow that game. And Derrick Henry, he had 22 carries, 122 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. Also, 1 touchdown throwing. He had 1 rushing touchdown, 1 passing touchdown. Joe Burrow, 20 for 30, 165 yards, 3 sacks. 0 touchdowns, 0 interception. Jamar Chase, 7 receptions, 73 yards. T. Higgins, 2 receptions, 19 yards. Left the game with injury. And Jamar Chase, just doing the receiver trash talk and saying, yeah, he's always open, basically giving the ball. Yeah. All the great receivers say that. All the receivers say that. They don't even got to be great. Chargers 24 for 17 over the Raiders. Cowboys 38-3 over the Patriots. I thought the Patriots would have made this a little interesting, but Cowboys came and debunked all that. They took care of business at home. They wasn't having no let up. Bill Belichick bench Mac Jones in the third quarter after his bad play for Belly Zappi. Belly Zappi went 4 for 9 for 57 yards. Mac Jones is still expected to be the starter. Bill Belichick just saying there was no reason for him to stay out there at that point. Bill Belichick stuff. Mac Jones went 12 for 21, 150 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 sack, 3 carries, 7 rushing yards. That'll get you bench every time. Especially, obviously, when you get blown out like that. Iggy Azalea, first game versus old team. 6 carries, 16 rushing yards, 2 receptions for 6 yards. I guess the Zeke Azalea game plan went out the window when they just start going down, getting down big. Dak, 25-34, 261 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 sacks. CeeDee Lamb, 4 receptions, 36 yards, 1 touchdown. 49ers, 35-16 over the Cardinals. Sunday Night Football. Chiefs, 23-20 over the Jets. Taylor Swift and celebrity friends was there, such as Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and Hugh Jackman, and Sean Lively. Sean Lively, and there was Blake Lively. Also, there was another star there, Aaron Rodgers. He came back to surprise the team and showed them. He came and met with the team on Saturday, but he wanted to surprise the team coming in from California, recovering for the Achilles injury. So it was good to see them there. The game was close. The game was closer than they thought. Chiefs did everything. Jets did everything in the power to not let Travis Kelce score at all. They was not trying to have that, especially all the Taylor Swift fans there and everything like that. They was not trying to have just being all crazy. Just the scheme was they would double, triple team him and everything, and it was emphasis on, and obviously the simple fact he's the best player on the best weapon that they got for the Chiefs. So that's part of the game plan anyways. But the players just taking a little extra pride, like, nah, we can't be having y'all be all happy and celebrating in our home, everything like that, all the Swifties and stuff like that. He ain't getting no touchdowns out there. Just played a great defensive game. You know what I mean? And then also Zach Wilson, he played a good game for his standards. Obviously, of course, he hurts them. He's the fumble and just bad decisions and stuff like that. But I mean, he played a good game considering his limitations. Pat Mahomes clutch. That was nice. Run to at the end to fall down the goal line to run the timeout. So that was beautiful. Pat Mahomes, 18 for 30, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 1 sack, 7 carries, 51 rushing yards. He was definitely rushing that game. Obviously, like I said, he had the 2 interceptions because the defense from the Jets was playing great. Travis Kelce, he had 6 receptions, 660 yards. That's what he did. Running back Isaiah Pacheco, 20 carries, 115 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 receptions, 43 yards. Zach Wilson's game was 28 for 39, 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 2 sacks, 2 carries, 14 rushing yards. So he did everything possible, besides the fumble, and a couple of bad decisions, obviously. Garrett Wilson, 9 receptions, 60 yards, and the 3-point field goal from Bucker was the only points that was in the fourth quarter. So it was tight because it was tied for 2020 for a while. Monday Night Football game, second half is underway right now. I'm actually watching the Manicast live right now, so I'm getting tapped back in with what they got going on. 14-3, Seahawks is up over the Giants. I got the Seahawks finishing this one off. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We're going to have another episode of Fresh Sports Show. Like I said, we're going to tap in with some sports news updates going on in the sports world. Appreciate everybody tapping in with the show. We're going to let this cook, let it marinate, let it bubble up. Stay tuned for more episodes of Fresh Bar Sports Show. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube page, subscribe to the audio pages. Let's continue to run it up. Tell a friend about the Fresh Bar Sports Show. We out.